there's a kind of person, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, there's a kind of person, from the people there is a certain category, مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ, who worships Allah at the edge of a cliff, on the verge. He's Muslim on the verge. You ever heard that? He's on the edge. You know, it's the harf literally means the edge of a cliff. It also means like, you know, if there's a mountain range and there's literally, you know how a kid draws a mountain like this? And there's a walkway on the top, like skinny top of the mountain, you're walking on that. You could tip over this way or that way. And you're gone. You know? There are some trails like that. If you go on a hiking trail, you're literally, both sides are like a 2,000 foot drop and you're walking up them. You're walking on a harf. You're walking on a harf. فُلَانٌ عَلَى حَرْفٍ مِّنْ أَمْرِهِ. He's at the verge of it. He's at the very end of it, at the brink of it. Now, so this guy is walking Islam, but he's kind of like not confident about it. You know, Allah describes as-sirat, the path, the straight path, as-sirat al-mustaqim. Sirat by definition is a wide path. It's a wide path. So you can walk with confidence on as-sirat al-mustaqim. But a harf, when you're walking on a harf, you're going to watch every step and you're kind of scared. Should I go forward or not? This person's commitments to Islam, if good comes his way, or what he thinks is good, easy life, then he's very happy with that. وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ فِتْنَةٌ. But if he's tested, if a tough test comes his way, انْقَلَبَ عَلَى وَجْهِهِ. He turns around on his face. He didn't just turn his shoulder like the other guy, he turned around full circle. انْقَلَبَ to do a 180. He turned around entirely. And wajh is mentioned because Islam is all about putting your face on the ground. He turned his face away. You know, and wajh is also the place of pride. The face is the place of pride. So Allah describes this person on the edge, he's Muslim, but kind of barely holding on, and a little bit of tough times come, and he says, I don't want nothing to do with Islam. I don't want anything to do with it. You'll find people like that. They're not very religious, so they're already on the edge. They don't know much about Islam, they're already on the edge, you know. And then something bad happens in the family, or something tough happens, the first question they ask is, how come God did this to me? I don't need to pray anymore. I used to pray like once a year, but even that's like way overboard. You know? I don't need to do that anymore. انقلب على وجهه خسر الدنيا والآخرة. This kind of a person has lost this world and the next. ذلك هو الخسران المبين. That is the ultimate, worst, most terrible form of loss, obvious. He starts calling on Allah, anything lower than Allah, besides Allah, that can't even harm him and can't benefit him. ذَلِكَ هُوَ الضَّلَالُ الْبَعِيدُ. That is the ultimate misguidance. You know, these people, they say, I have an intellectual problem with faith. These are the same people that are reading horoscopes. These are the same people that are using Ouija boards. These are the same people that like, you know, it's my lucky color. I'm taking my lucky pen to the test. That's what you left Allah for this? This, you don't question this? There's nothing wrong with that for you? Oh, it's Friday the 13th, I can't go out today. You know? Oh my God, a cat crossed my path. It was black too. Oh my goodness. You know? These super smart intellectuals, and you know, the east and the west coast of this country is considered more academic and less religious, but even there, what do you find? You find in New York City, the city of skyscrapers, there's no 13th floor in any building. It goes from 12 to 14. But whether you call it 14 or 13, it's still the 13th floor. They don't spend the money to build the 13th floor and skip it. They just call number 14. They're willing to follow that. You know, and that's the ultimate misguide. I mean, I've seen the craziest things. I was in business school. I still can't wrap my mind around it. You have huge companies like Merrill Lynch, Citibank, these huge financial institutions, you know, and this is some of the most expensive real estate on the planet Earth. Okay, real estate in Manhattan, in Midtown Manhattan. And you'll find a palm reader on the first floor. A palm reader. Psychic readings, neon sign. Several of them all across the city, especially in the financial district. It's crazy. You look at that, how do you even pay rent there? It's at least like $20,000 a month. For like 500 square feet, it's crazy. It's crazy rent. But they're thriving. Why? Because before you go into the multi-million-dollar, you know, stock trade deal or business deal, this Harvard MBA is going to stop by the psychic palm reader and say, what color tie should I wear to the merger meeting? SubhanAllah. ذَلِكَ هُوَ الضَّلَالُ الْبَعِيدُ. You think you're that intellectual, but when it comes to these things, your brain is shot. يَدْعُو لَمَنْ ضَرُّهُ أَقْرَبُ مِنْ نَفْعِهِ. He calls on someone whose harm, meaning as a result, harm is closer to him than benefit. He's calling on someone whose harm is closer to him than benefit, meaning calling him definitely will harm you. You've committed a crime against Allah. And the only thing that can come out of it, benefit's impossible, but the only thing is, you're going to end up in harm. لَبِئْسَ الْمَوْلَى وَلَبِئْسَ الْعَشِيرُ. What a horrible protective friend you've chosen. So Allah is also telling us what rationale people have to pick false gods. They want someone to protect them. They want protection. وَلَبِئْسَ الْعَشِيرُ. And what a horrible family member you've chosen. They consider themselves the family of that God, children of that God.